Hello, everybody. It's Eddie Pepitone live from the bunker. Wow, things are deteriorating quickly, but here's my theme song. Eddie Pepitone, live from the bunker. It'll be over soon, folks. We won't have to wait much longer. Every day at 4 p.m. Every day at 4 p.m. I can't get this song out of my head, by the way. There's something about this song written by Joe McKenzie. Last night I couldn't get this song out of my head, and today Dr. Anthony Fauci, or Foci, the CDC medical the head of the CDC said that if you have a jingle playing over and over again, that is a sign of the virus. Like if you keep hearing a jingle or a refrain from a song, you may have the virus. Let's get down to the latest updates here, everybody. Latest updates, 42,000 coronavirus cases in the United States, and it's just spiking. That is just going to go up exponentially. It's just going to go up exponentially. I am stockpiling cement and Diet Coke. Let's see. So it's up. The amount of cases here in the United States is up 25,000 since last Friday. So that's what I mean. Since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 25,000, because more and more testing is coming in. The way I test for that, and the average person cannot get their hands on testing. The average person, you have to go through a whole series, like, one of the new symptoms, by the way, according to my producer, Steve, is that the loss of smell is a new symptom of the virus, I don't know. That's why I cook with garlic. I'm Italian, and we cook with a lot of garlic. By the way, I want everybody, give me some questions and give Jessica some questions. Jessica was booked for today. We haven't heard from her. Hopefully she's okay. She should be on in about 7 minutes. If not, other people can request to come on. I am trying to get Ahmad Weinberg if Jessica isn't going to show up, but hopefully she will. Portland strip clubs shut down but offer delivery service. What the hell does that mean? I think we know. I mean, that's horrible. Isn't that? That's horrible. Like, strippers coming over your house and you just kind of, this wasn't what I expected. Dems, and how about this? Dems and Republicans, the two parties that are owned by the one thing that owns them, i.e. corporate money. You know that, right? The Dems and Republicans can't get together on a stimulus package. The Dems are saying the Republicans just want to give money to their corporate friends, which I'm sure is true. But everybody, the average working person really needs help. Definitely. Meanwhile, let's see, everyone. Oh, and I always ask this. I always ask this to people. What movies are you watching during this? I watched I'm a big hockey fan, and I watched Bob Probert, Tough Guy. If anybody's a hockey fan out there, Bob Probert was a player on the Red Wings who was vicious fighter, and he died eventually. He just had all kinds of addiction issues, and it was an incredible documentary, but it also made me nervous. I think now's the time for comedy. Everybody is talking about Tiger King. It's a documentary on Netflix, but I won't watch that because I don't want to see any abuse of animals. I can't even take seeing animals in cages, you know? Screw that. By the way, I went out on a very daring mission today. I had to go to a bank to deposit a check, and I just went into the bank like this. I had this hat on, and I was like, "Here's my check. Here's my check. Yes, put it in savings. You understand me? Put it in savings. Yes." All right. Um, and they did. They did. But I was wondering, should I have on a bandana? A bandana into a bank. So what are you doing? What are you doing during this pandemic? I mean, in a way, I did it. Actually, I did a gig on Saturday. It was called a virtual dinner party, and I got hired to do stand up. If you want me to do gigs online for you, just hire me. Yes, hire me. That's my stimulus package. Um, yeah. And you also, we need things to get through this pandemic. Are there any questions yet for me? Let's see. Um, this is a funny one. What's your favorite accent that you can't do? I don't know. I have so many of those. Like whole, I'm very like when I eat a eyes are smiling. Do you see how valuable I am to you during this pandemic? By the way, what's not cool is to see the amount of people that have joined and then to see it dwindle. Like it starts at, let's say, it starts at like 40. Oh yeah, one of my favorite accents to do is Indian. Like, hello everybody. I'm just terrible at it. I'm not, it's like, oh my friend, you should not. We have our vet is a great guy. As a matter of fact, we go to the vet partly just to talk to our existential vet, who is Hindu due to poor connection. Sorry about that, but we always get like advice from him. He's like, and he always like takes one of our dogs. Um, but all my accents turn into Swedish. It's like, oh my friend, you should. This little dog, you know what this little dog needs? He needs to be running around. You cannot not have him running around. Let's see. Someone said, "Do you want Corona related questions only?" No, absolutely not. Just whatever questions you have. Whatever questions you have. Let's see. So, has Jessica requested to come on yet? If not, that's okay. Uh, Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Eddie Pepperton doing crazy, very bad accents. Um, so I just want to talk about the fact that we need very badly to stay sane. Now, I was talking the other day about a meditation, and it goes like this. Oh, oh, let me give all my troubles to God. Let him take my will, or her, or it, or the. Let him take my will, and oh, you know what, everybody? Let's all check the news. Let's all check the New York Times. Let's all check the New York Times news. Please, let us check the Times news. Um, so we're waiting for Jessica to come on now. Me and Jessica were supposed to do a festival together in Houston that got canceled called Skankfest. And you know when a festival named Skankfest gets canceled, that is not a good thing. You know that would be the last festival to get canceled. You know it's with Jay Okerson and that kind of just macho flavor. You know, um, I'm trying to see if we have. I've just been watching your president. There's comments here. I've just been watching your president. So sorry that he's insane, and that was all it took. Yeah, we don't have any leadership in this country. We are leaderless. Do you believe that? We are leaderless completely, which is unbelievable. At this time, when we need someone to lead, we don't have a leader at all. Nothing. Let's see. Get Todd Glass. Let's see if anybody else has any questions. Over 10% of the world's cases, U.S. is 4 to 5% of world population. Yeah, we have over 10% of cases, and we have, and we're only 4.5% of the population. Unbelievable. Be yeah, be rich and in government if you want testing. Rand Paul, do you know the Kentucky senator who voted against the coronavirus bill? He voted against aid. He had no symptoms, yet he got tested, and he tested positive. That's what's really scary. That's what's really scary. Um, and someone commented too, what about all the nut jobs who are buying guns? A lot of people are buying guns. Don't think I haven't thought about it. I mean, it's like, is this society going to completely unravel? You know? By the way, right before coming on, I was watching on, I think it was, no, it was part of the New York Times. They had like Death Cab. I forget the guy's name, but probably the lead singer on Death Cab for Cutie was just playing a song for people, and it was about the coronavirus. And I was just thinking, that's what I need: a gun, a guitar to play little cute songs. Do you have any recommendations for books or advice for someone interested in doing their first open mic? You know what book would be great for your first open mic? The Plague by Albert Camus. Yeah, The Plague by Camus. That will set you up for open mics. By the way, that is a great book to read right now. And if you guys don't know Albert Camus, you're dead to me if you don't know Camus. You have to know Albert Camus. I mean, he is amazing. Let's see. What else? Let's see. What else? What are the questions? Do you want? What's your favorite? Okay. Do you remember doing stand-up 2 nights after 9/11 New York City? What a gift and what a hilarious set. you know, I don't remember doing that. I kind of vaguely remember, and this is similar to 9/11 in like the scope of the seriousness of it. Um, it really is. It really is. It is. I remember doing some comedy, and it just was so incredibly difficult. You know, I even remember doing stand-up comedy on the anniversary of 9/11, and it was the weirdest day in New York. The wind was howling on the 1 year anniversary, and I did stand up, and it was so unfunny to do stand up. Just incredibly impossible to do. But people, this is different. This is like, you know, I think a lot of people think they're not going to get it. You know, I think a lot of people feel like it's not going to affect them, even if they do get it. So this is definitely uh, different. That was like a violent act. This is sort of like someone just coming up behind you and slowly strangling you with piano wire. When you let's see, detail cleaning my bathroom, said Paige. Yeah, detail cleaning your bathroom, by the way, is a good thing to do. I actually like cleaning, you know, as opposed to doing creative work. I like cleaning because creative work, I always feel like I'm judging myself, but cleaning, I'll be like cleaning, like the detail cleaning, going, oh my God, look at what I am accomplishing. Does anybody else feel like that about cleaning? Like I'll take a Swiffer mop, and I don't mean to brag that I have Swiffer mops, but I'll take a Swiffer mop and I will just start Swiffering away, you know, and feel like, oh my God, I am really coming up with things. You know, I type like this now at my keyboard, you know, trying to come up with creative ideas. Someone asked me for an Andy Kaufman impression. Andy Kaufman. Well, uh, I, I, I think that no one. No, you cannot come here, Mr. Jones. No, my name is Latka. How about that? I just then, in that one moment, I just delved in. I just delved in to Andy Kaufman more than Jim Carrey could do. That's right. I just went in, and it was so hard for me to come out of that character right now. You just saw an amazing feat. I'm the type of guy, when I go into character, I usually need a therapist a la Jonathan Winters to get me out of that character. So, yeah, if you want impressions, baby, that's it. Well, Eddie, how do you. Someone asked me, how did you get the shirt so fresh? I get my shirts fresh no matter what pandemic or economic collapse. Isn't this wild that we are actually having the pandemic and the economic collapse at the same time?
Judd Hirsch. Someone asked me to do Judd Hirsch. Um, hey, you know, we tried to. We do the best we can. We do the best we can. Oh, look who is joining us! Oh my God, Todd!
Eddie, can I tell you
Todd!
something?
Yes.
First of all, because it's been hard to get water, I've been drinking Brita water. I just don't want to think I'm an alcoholic, but it's been hard to get Brita water. It only makes it taste that good. So I've been just drinking this. And you know what? Get it. You know? Yeah, we can fix. Hold on. It's so refreshing.
That is so great, Todd. Who?
There,
What is your favorite color? You ever have an interviewer who like is just like he's like he immediately thinks he has to ask you a question like, "What's your favorite color?"
yeah. Describe your comedy. You know what I used to say? If I could
Describe your comedy.
you know what I would say? Well, if I had to describe it, it's probably not. If I can describe it, it's probably not that good. Because what are you doing
That's
if
a
you can
great
go
point.
right?
That's a great point.
I hope. I don't mean to be so even Austin, whatever the word is, you know, presumptuous that I would think my comedy would be good enough. But if I drew and someone goes, describe one of your drawings. Well, it's a tree with a cat hanging out of it, and it says, "Hang in there, baby."
One of my favorite bits that you do is.
Hold on.
One of my favorite bits that you do is, and now my impression of a man, and I believe this is what you say, a man who can't stop eating bread while he's getting mugged. Is that correct?
Well, it wasn't bread. It was a guy who has such a sensational appetite. By the way, in a second, I might have to move the camera to put it.
That's fine. That's fine. You do what you have to do.
Yeah. It was a guy. He had such a insatiable appetite that even while he was getting mugged at the ATM, held up, he had a sandwich, and he was like, he's eating a sandwich, and he's like, boop, 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 whatever. And then the guy goes, "Give me your money," and he's like, "Please, please, I have a wife and kids. I beg you not to take my money, please. My family is all I got." But he never stops eating.
Yeah. I love that bit. And it speaks to people who cannot stop eating. And I think a lot of people. Are you like that? You look you're in very good shape.
Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people I think like me that you wouldn't think. Wait, you have trouble with eating? Oh, I get all my empathy for people, drugs or gotten off whatever they're trying to get off of. Because I don't really have a problem with. I don't have a problem with prescriptions. I smoke pot, don't really drink. So I don't, but all my empathy comes from eating. I wake up every day genuinely thinking, it sounds silly when I say it, but I think every day is going to be the day where I'm going to eat better and not eat till 3 a.m, but it doesn't fucking happen.
Jessica Curson just didn't show up today. And I told Steve, who's booking people, Todd, I told Steve, look, a lot of people are going to die during this pandemic. Let's have backups. So thank you for filling that role. By the way, it looks like what is behind you, it looks like you're a showrunner with the storyboard behind you.
No, this is
what are those things behind you?
This is my exit strategy. Fuck it, I can't even. My exit. It's my exit. Forget it. I can't say exit or strategy. Exit strategy.
Yeah, you got it. Exit strategy.
Yeah. So it's just sometimes I'll put my set up on the wall. I'm not doing it now, but before we were in lockdown, so I can just look at it. It helps me.
I don't like the way you throw the word lockdown around, and I've told you that before. You throw it around like it's some kind of, I don't know, nice thing.
Oh, Andy, and you're not Andy, you're Eddie. I want to be a calming energy if on my podcast or whatever you do, but I think it's better to be honest also, because I wake up, I have moments of calm, and then I have moments of like, somebody said something today that we're eventually going to have to just start letting people back into the world, the strongest, and then just people are going to die. Like, we can't stay locked down forever until they come up with a cure. So now I'm like, oh my God. What?
What about the strongest?
Like, you just, they in 2 weeks, you have to let some people out of their house. Is there any truth to it? Did you hear anybody talking about that? Is that?
Well, people can go out to exercise or to get essentials. No,
I mean to go out and start doing things, open up some restaurants. Like, eventually we're going to have to start. Is that not? Why are you laughing?
There are going to be laws. That's hilarious. Like,
they're saying, what can we do? How long can we keep everybody locked? By the way, I don't mind staying. I'm not complaining. I'll do whatever's right.
Me too.
But
I watch Netflix stuff. I watch YouTube movies. I play with my doggies. Do you have dogs?
I don't, but
I just want to show you. By the way, all the questions I have are for Jessica, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that she would answer.
Okay.
But I have my buddy Basil. Is he the best? This is Basil.
Hi, Basil. Basil. Hey, Basil.
Mm-hmm.
Basil. Eddie,
he's our
I don't want to be rude, but you need to put that dog to sleep. It has an eye infection.
He's our guard dog, and I think I should have got someone
She wasn't.
How would Don Rickles handle this pandemic? Give me an impression. How would Don Rickles? This is like a Carson thing. How would Don Rickles handle?
Well,
this
John,
pandemic?
It's good to talk to you, and I know I ran around the mall today seeing if anybody recognized me in case the world came to an end. But anyway, no, seriously, this is Eddie, you're a good guy. It's you're sitting in your house going, maybe I'll get a show now. But seriously, no, you're good, Eddie. We had dinner with the wife. I noticed you didn't go for the bill. I don't know what face I'm doing now.
He
that was my face a second ago.
Well,
Did
you
you
were
ever
doing
make a
Rickles.
face? What?
You were doing Rickles, and your face changed.
Yeah, because I didn't like it when I looked in the camera. I was like, "Wow, this is what I look like."
Oh, who's that? That's who are you just doing there?
Nobody. Andy
Oh, okay.
Kindler.
Oh, right, it was Kindler.
And the third thing, I do James Adomian's, all right. Oh my God, he's already calling me on their cell phone. Todd, he's texting me. Stop doing impersonations. That's my thing. Oh my God.
he's very possessive about
Oh,
his
James
impersonations, isn't
Adomian?
he? Yeah, because I can do impersonations too. I can do anyone from Queen Elizabeth to to Dr. Doolittle, but I don't, out of deference to James.
Will you do a little bit of Queen Elizabeth for me?
Please, everybody, stay inside. We must nip the coronavirus in the rear end. We must. And by the way, please follow me on Twitter at queenelizabeth.com. And that's just an example. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean,
that was good, Eddie. Could you do a little, do you do one more? I love impersonations, I've always thought,
a lot of pick somebody.
Like Jeff Dunham, a lot of people.
I've never seen Jeff Dunham.
Oh, you
haven't?
I'm
proud of that.
Well,
no.
I don't have a problem with the puppets. I think puppets can be brilliant. Obviously,
yes.
Things like the Muppets or Sesame Street.
We love the Muppets. My family loves the Muppets.
Well, the Muppets are great. Puppets can be a great, wonderful way to express yourself. I'm not making fun of the artistry of puppetry. I respect it. It's those racist jokes that he gives them. It's not the puppet. Everyone gets mad at the puppets. I go, leave them from this. It's Jeff Dunham. He writes those jokes for them to say. People don't think of that. I'm kidding, Eddie. I know that people do think of that.
I have a bumper sticker that says, "Leave the fucking puppets alone."
Leave.
Yeah.
Chris from Montreal is watching. He just texted me. He said, give him a shout out, Chris Sandyford. He goes, please mention that I'm doing a Lifetime movie or just did one. There you go. He's sitting here going, no, people are gonna think I really
Why
did
would
that.
anyone promote a Lifetime movie? You ever see a Lifetime movie?
Can I tell you? That's the conversation that I had with some friends. I am oddly addicted to a great, just a Christmas Lifetime movie. I love it. It's I don't know what you call it. It's just like CSI for people. It's predictable, but yet I don't know, Eddie. All I want to do is make you happy.
Somebody asked, when are you going to film your special at the Lyric? I love that you're swigging a huge bottle. What is that? Bourbon or?
Yeah, it's Jim Beam. I'm only doing it seriously for the water. And my doctor told me that there is water in vodka, which may in I hope he's right.
It's bourbon.
Go to my doctor.
It's bourbon.
It's bourbon.
Yeah.
So anyway, I already shot my special. People get confused. Let me make it very clear because a lot of people, there is some confusion around it. I shot my special about 2 years ago, a little less, and it already was on Netflix. It dropped about 9 months ago. So just so you know, it's already done. There's not a taping that's going to happen. It already happened.
I see.
And watch I Think You Should Leave. It's a great new sketch show. If you're locked up in your house and you want to laugh until you're punching somebody, lay down on the bed, kick your fucking feet, and giggle in the goddamn air. Go watch I Think You Should Leave. The new season's coming up soon. I Think You Should Leave. Laughing ain't shit. You laugh till you fucking can't take it anymore. I'm going to kill myself. It's so fucking funny.
Where do we see that?
On Netflix.
Oh, it is? And
yes.
Who's in it? What? Who's in it?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it British?
No, it's not British. It's the star's name. I always can get his first name wrong, but Tim Robbins is the star of the show. But there's just tons of brilliant people in it. But it's his show. He's fucking great.
Okay, cool. So, do you still, like, when mucus fills your lungs, if you get this, imagine that, an interviewer who goes from like, hey, what's your favorite thing to watch on TV? And then he immediately goes to, when mucus starts to fill your lungs and sweet death starts beckoning, what will you say? I don't know. I've done shows about the apocalypse, and a lot of people are saying, oh, Pepitone, you got what you wish for and stuff like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think, like, right now I'm sort of locked down, I'm trying to make the best of it. That's why I've, been, just doing extra stuff, like going in the barn in the back and recording stuff. It just keeps me busy, and it's
Are you doing a lot of that? A
little more than usual, and it's been fun. But do you think, because now I still have, I think, look, this is going to suck, but what about in a month? Do you think people will still be putting out content, or is it just going to be us, like, crying Eddie Pepitone's crying at 7 o'clock tonight. Just you. We got to go. Rory's crying on his thing that he's doing.
Somebody just asked, did you see Norm's set on coronavirus? Norm Macdonald, I would imagine. That must be, he's fucking nuts funny.
Oh, he did.
You think that would be, did he?
Did
you see it? I guess. I'm going to check it out. He's a funny man. He's a
Norm
funny
Macdonald.
dude.
Yeah. I love Norm. Sometimes he annoys me, but, look, what are you going to do?
Right.
He doesn't call me back.
When you can't breathe anymore, and, you're thinking of all the regrets, right? You're thinking of all the regrets. Will you put on Fallon or Kimmel?
Probably Kimmel. Don't try to make me say anything about anybody, Andy, on your show.
Andy.
I know what you
I love that you call me Andy.
Eddie. I said Eddie this time.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you going to therapy? Are you going to therapy?
How dare you? He's telling people about my fucking therapy.
Oh, God.
He's fucking telling people about my therapy, Eddie.
That would be
on
another
his fucking show from the bunker. What the fuck is wrong with him? I'm gonna put on glasses and maybe pretend I'm somebody else.
Don't hide. Who's that? Hello. Who are
hi.
you?
This is Roger Feshelfuckle. Hard to think of names, fake names, Eddie. Eddie, you're going over the border right now. You can't use your real name. I don't give a fuck. You think of something. I'm the border agent. What's your name, sir?
Fred Johnson.
Yeah, secondary screening. If you do that, you're getting
okay, I'll do it to you.
Okay.
You're trying to get over the border. No, because I don't want to think of... You don't want to what?
So blah, blah, blah. Okay, go ahead.
How about this? This was one of my jokes, and I don't mean to brag that I have, a treasure trove of material, but I always said, does anybody else feel really guilty when a cop pulls you over? Like, you just feel really guilty, even though you have nothing illegal in the car, you've done nothing, but I always feel like a cop is going to come to my window, tap on the window, roll the window down, sir, and just lean in and go, sir, how come you only love yourself? like he knows about me psychologically.
Give cops, a degree in therapy. Maybe they could pull people over sometimes with, I noticed the way you were driving. I'm not giving you tickets, but the way you're driving says you probably cross those boundaries in your everyday life. If you're crossing the boundaries of the road, you're probably crossing boundaries with your kids, with your husband. Try to be aware of the boundaries that you cross on a daily basis. Other than that, pull out of here safe. I'll pull out. I'll stop the traffic for you, and I'll let you in. Have a nice day. You know what I mean?
I don't mind that you just cut off the red Prius, but I'm sure you're cutting off other people in conversation. You're probably cutting off people who need help. Yeah. And you just, sir, please, your behavior out here on the road probably reflects your behavior at home. So
sir, hold on. First of all, sir, hold on. I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm going to start with that to diffuse the situation. I noticed the way you're changing your flat. You're yelling. You're screaming. That's got to be the way you communicate with your kids. I just don't believe that you're a different person. So, listen, that's that. That bit's over. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Do you know, did your dad curse when he? Oh, you're a different guy. Who are you now?
Oh, yeah, he's a new character I do. What happened to Todd? Where's Todd? Is he downstairs? Where's old man Frankie? Come down here. There you go. Have you seen Todd anywhere? Is he downstairs? Hey, Frankie, where are you? I don't know. Where is that? I'm here. What happened? I'm over here. Where is he? Oh, God, Todd, I can't find you. What happened to you?
Queen Elizabeth.
Downstairs.
Queen Elizabeth. I'm Queen Elizabeth, and I drink tea.
Oh, I can do Queen Elizabeth. Teach me how to do Queen Elizabeth and be patient with me.
I'm Queen Elizabeth.
Teach me how to do it.
I'm Pancho Villa. I'm Pancho Villa.
Remember this? It was like from
don't-
an old cartoon where the girls would be like really, really pretty and they'd be flickering, and then the guys would go, oh, and they'd be like, you know, they would have like a nose.
By the way, your one-man show, 1,000 Faces of Todd Glass, that you just did an excerpt from, it really is something that right now during this coronavirus, I think a lot of people can be helped.
I'm trying to figure out how to make a fortune off of
it. I like that.
You think this is funny, Eddie? The other day I was going to text out I'm going to figure out how to make a fucking fortune off of this coronavirus. And then text a minute later, sorry, that was a text for my brother. Like that forgives you from having the vicious thought, you know. Oh, that was for my brother. Right. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. All right. Can you do the guy getting, I'm going to try to pimp you out here. Can you do the guy getting mugged who is very concerned about germs? And I think it's relevant, you know, it's very concerned about germs during the corona virus. Go ahead. Go.
Boop, 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 boop. The guy behind me. Put your hands up, buddy. Could you just have a healthy distance? If you're gonna hold somebody up at a time like this, you get a fucking 6-foot rifle. Did you wipe the corner off with alcohol? Up this, sir. I don't care if you take my money. You can shoot me in the head, but I don't want to get the coronavirus. Could you wipe the tip of the gun off with alcohol? That's it. Hey,
Todd. Thank you for rescuing me today.
Yes.
And coming on as my guest, because Jessica Curson. Jeez.
Okay, what about Jessica?
She didn't show up.
Did she call and say, I'm sorry?
No.
She's dead. Jessica Curson is dead. I think we can agree. Because I know her. She's reliable. She's not the type. Yes. First of all, I love Jessica.
Me too. She's so funny, right?
She's fucking hilarious. Jessica's funny, and she's very reliable, and she's just she's very reliable. So I think it's an insult to think. Listen to what you're saying. You're saying she just goes, nah, I just won't do it. I don't call. That's not.
That was a good imitation. That was a good.
That's not who she is. She's dead. Right. Jessica Curson is dead. The public, the comedy community needs to get over it. We're gonna eat her body and give some of it to the children. Jessica Curtin is dead. Jessica Curson.
Thank you, Todd, for coming on, and thank you for sharing 1,000 Faces.
Thank you very much, Eddie. And
Todd
I hope
Glass.
I was a good guest. I hope I listened, but also was funny myself. Audience for you. That's what Steve Feinarts tells us before we go on with you. He goes, make sure Eddie's funny too. He's not like one of these fucking morning guys who, when they talk, it's painful. You be funny, let Eddie be funny. That's the way the show fucking works. The guest is funny, Eddie's funny. Don't fucking go on there and overtalk. All right, thank you.
All right. Bye, Todd. Bye.
God bless.
All right, everybody. That was Todd Glass filling in for Jessica Curson. We hope Jessica is okay. Like I said, people are going to go down like flies during this coronavirus. And if I go down like a fly, I will still be, I'll have somebody, I'll just do it. Have a hologram. I'll have a hologram for you guys, but thank you. You can donate to me on my Venmo at Edward Pepitone. It's in the bio above on Instagram. And tomorrow, my guest, unless he dies, is James Fritz, a really funny man. and I can't wait for James tomorrow. And thanks everybody for coming. We will see you tomorrow every day. It's Eddie Pepitone live from the bunker. See everybody.